Hey, everybody, welcome to the Black White Liberal. We welcome you to the show today. Today's episode is called Welcome to Crazytown American Elections. Can you all believe it? We are 25 days out and counting. Um, the second debate has been canceled. That's some of the newest news that's out. The president has decided that he is not okay with a format that they want to do where they do it digitally. And so many people have been working digitally and we're doing school. And so I don't know if his ploy to say that he doesn't want to do this is part of, again, him politicizing things like social distancing, things like um, things like social distancing, things like using Zoom and just not actually coming together physically. I feel like he's really sticking with this narrative. And I still don't understand why. This is the craziest thing I've ever seen. We have seen that it's clear how contagious it can be. I really, to be honest with you, I don't even think he has it. Yeah, I don't. I think this is all a ploy to get us to pay attention to him, to stop talking about things like his taxes, to stop talking about the debate, which was horrible. Then Mike Pence came in and had another terrible debate. I understand people don't like Kamala, and so I feel like, part of the purpose was to stop talking about that debate, get to the second debate where people can start attacking Kamala, and then they don't think about how terrible his first debate was. But did anybody see the second debate? I don't know what your thoughts were, and I have to tell you, I have to be honest. I watched a little bit, but pretty early on, Pitt said something that really I was just like, well, what's the point? I think I watched him dodge two questions, and this was pretty early on. I would say the first 20 minutes. I watched him dodge two questions. And then when he said that they were not politicizing the pandemic, or, they basically asked Kamala Harris if she would take a vaccine. And she said no. Well, she said what did she say? She said if the experts like Dr. Fauci said that it was a good idea, she would do it. We'll see if she backs off from that. That's a pretty tall order. But she said definitely if Donald Trump suggested it, she would not do it, which I completely agree with, because of course I am the black white liberal. And so I am in complete agreement. I would absolutely not do it if Trump suggested that we take it or demanded that we take it or whatever he would do, because we just don't know. But I absolutely would not take it. And that's what she said. And Mike Pence tried to accuse her of politicizing just the pandemic. And she had a great response. And she was saying that, he was basically saying that they should respect the American people. And her response was that you respect the American people when you tell us the truth. And honestly, at that point, I stopped watching because I just said, what's the point? He's not answering any questions. That's basically what it comes down to right there. And so many things, the Trump administration does not tell us the truth. And the other thing that got me was that Mike Pence said, because she wouldn't take the vaccine, that she was undermining trust in American, I don't know if he said American institutions. I hope he didn't fix his mouth to say that, because they've just constantly been undermining faith in institutions. And so that was my takeaway. And honestly, that's when I stopped watching, because I didn't understand why I would continue watching from that point on. I wasn't going to learn anything. I was disappointed. And I guess this is for people that just, wanted to continue watching. But for me, it just seemed pointless. But the fly on Mike Pence's head, can we talk about the fly? It was everywhere I looked the next day when I went to just see what people had said about the debate. Because again, I told you I checked out. I didn't watch it. So I went to see what people were saying. And everybody was talking about this fly. I guess you had to be there. because I wasn't there. And watching the videos and watching everybody talk about it, I didn't get it. It just seemed silly to me. And I was surprised that, so many people were talking about it. I didn't get it. But apparently, it was really funny. And they said, flies land on shit. And so, of course, they were attracted to Mike Pence and what he was saying. But that just tells me that nothing was said during that debate. The fact that everybody I looked at either were talking about the fly or just weren't talking about it. That let me know I didn't miss anything. And it's disappointing. I mean, we've all, most of us have decided who we're going to vote for. But it's just the idea that we're not even demanding any answers. I've read Joe Biden's website. Let me tell you this. Okay, I read some of it. I read his website. He had so much information crammed on that website. I mean, I don't mind reading, but it's like, Joe, have you ever heard, or your staff, Simone, ever heard of editing? There is just way too much text on that website. There has got to be a way to whittle that down and just succinctly tell us what it is that you want to do. It's way too much. But, they are doing some things. I don't know. We're trying so hard to give them this credit and the benefit of the doubt. And so I saw a meme, and it said that had Joe Biden, I guess after the debate or maybe during the debate, they posted a picture of him with a fly swatter, and they were talking about, donate $5 to this fly campaign or something. And we need better marketing. I mean, when I saw it, I said, oh, okay. I didn't get it, which is why I had to go back and I had to look at other memes to kind of see what was going on and see what this fly thing was even about. But, after doing some research, I saw it. And I just thought, is that the best we can do? Because I got to tell you, the thing that I probably enjoy the most, and I'm not watching a lot of TV, so most of the things that I see are on YouTube, or maybe if I'm looking at a video or the news, there may be an ad that runs. But most of what I see is the Lincoln Project. And those are some damn good ads. In my opinion, they definitely seem like people who understand business and marketing. And that's where the Dems lose every time. If you look at the difference, even in that moment with that fly ad that they put out versus if you pick the worst commercial that the Lincoln Project has put out, it's better than that fly idea. It's, I don't know, what would the Trump campaign say, 700 times better than the other idea? It really is. It just, we need to be careful. These people are allies, but in another few months, they're going to be back to defending Republican ideals. I mean, unless Trump gets reelected, which God, let's hope not. But unless he does, they're going to be going back to these ideals that don't necessarily jive with a lot of Democrats and liberals. Certainly not liberal. Those of us who are looking to really see major change in this country. We're passionate, but I don't know, the creativity and the focus just falls apart, and we just don't get what we need in terms of marketing. So when I saw the fly thing, I mean, honestly, the story is so stupid. It makes me feel like it was probably their campaign that even picked it up as a story or put out a meme. I mean, it was, I don't know. That whole debate was terrible. The spin, I guess, that came out of it was lackluster. The fly thing is, like I said, you had to be there. And I don't know how long you had to watch to get to the fly, but after 20 minutes, I was done. It just, the Trump's debate was awful and embarrassing, but I watched it. Maybe just because it's a train wreck and you watch a train wreck or whatever. But Kamala, I think I was saying her name wrong. She and Mike Pence that was a snooze fest. And it shows in the story that came out the next day. But so we'll see. You know, that was a debate. The presidential debate is coming up. We'll see if it actually takes off because right now Trump is saying that he doesn't want to do a Zoom debate or Zoom or whatever platform they're using. He's not interested in that. Why not? Because he is a jackass. No, I don't, I need to look and see what is the exact reason. He's upset that they changed the rules on him, but he's so incredibly ridiculous. What else could you expect when you interrupt the other guest and the moderator over 100 times? Belligerent. In fact, I mean, if he doesn't want to do it, we say, fine. You know what? We already know what you have to say. The only thing you can do at this point is go out and preach to the people who are already on your side, which is what he wants to do. He doesn't want to debate. He wants to go out and just preach to his followers and get applause. And that's, so he said he's backing out. We'll see if he really says it. I mean, this person lies so much. Lies about big things, lies about little things. It's amazing the amount of latitude that he's given. That I don't think that would be given to anybody else. I want to also talk about this young man in Texas. The young man who was trying to break up a fight and got shot by the police. And of course, people are upset. Well, you're not hearing as much about it. It's funny, I said, you're not hearing as much about it, number one, because the cop was arrested and has been charged. So that's good. But I will tell you that maybe a week before that, just a few days ago, there is an actor who did a lot of acting with Spike Lee and different things. I'm definitely familiar with him. And right now my name escapes me. He was in Atlanta. He was shot dead in the back. I don't think when I saw they didn't have a suspect. But I just remember that I was like, where's our outrage? Because this is somebody who, if you've watched a lot of Spike Lee movies, you're more than likely aware of him. And I apologize, I just do not have his name in front of me right now. But, he's just a really good actor. And the fact that he got murdered and we're not upset about that. Not that actors should be more important than anyone else, but here's somebody that you can really publicly get behind and say, we don't just care about when the cops shoot us. We care about when our deaths go without justice, period. And we didn't do that. So I don't know, it bothered me a little bit. It's just something that, it's just on my mind. I'm like, okay, this is something we could get behind. A lot of Black people are aware of who this actor is, at least an older generation who is active right now and talking a lot right now. I just thought I would have heard more about it. Yeah. What else do I want to talk to y'all about? We're gonna be wrapping up here in a few minutes. I don't want to keep you too long. But again, I think I had mentioned how the president was going to have a rally in Florida, I believe. And then he's going to have a White House event. And this guy is just, I don't know. The way he's moving, I just absolutely can't believe that he has COVID. I can't believe with all the information and all the science, even if you don't believe every bit of it, that he would be out doing as much as he's doing, knowing that he had COVID. It just seems implausible to me. And all of these people, I don't see that there's been a lot of change with a lot of the people who have been diagnosed. Some of these people have still been performing their job, and I don't get it. I don't understand why This guy is really trying to get us to believe that he defeated COVID in 4 days, stronger than ever. Same thing happened. I said Herman Cain felt great. And then a few days later, that was it. I can't understand why our president would just be so negligent, because he may be okay because of the health care that he can get and everything else, but everybody doesn't have access to that. So it just feels negligent to just get back out here like it's business as usual. And you don't know if you're cured because you're not telling us if you don't have it anymore. And you're just moving like there's just no chance of you passing it on, or that it's not deadly. And just the idea to have a rally seems insane. I mean, I guess could possibly be a safe way to do it, but even if you do it outside for, to protect maybe the people who are coming, what about the people who have to work with you? The people who got to get on the plane with you, the people who got to do the advanced team, and the people who have to set up before you and kind of be around when you're there. I don't know. It just doesn't. It seems selfish. It is selfish. Trump is selfish. Yeah. So that's where we're at. Our president has COVID. He's being selfish. He's not being honest. And at the same time, the vice president is saying that we don't play politics with people's health and people's lives, when they're literally playing politics with people's health and lives. And we're 25 days out, and it's a shit show. I've never heard these words used more. I don't know if they're going to add it to the dictionary or not. Shit show, dumpster fire. This stuff has all come apart as his presidency. And, I need to also mention this. I didn't even mention it. Oh my God. Let me get over here without saying it. Megan Whitmer, the governor of Michigan. There was a terrorist group, a domestic terrorist group. Of course, they were white. It's a militia group. They were plotting to kidnap her. They want to kill her? I don't remember, but same difference. Trying to kidnap her, just, trying to cause civil discord. And I think this is, in my opinion, this is what we get when we have a president who tells white supremacists and alt-right leaning groups to stand back and stand by. This is what we get. And some people don't want to admit that, and some people want to say, it's not his fault. But you are pouring gasoline on a fire. And I thank God for the American intelligence agencies, the FBI, Chris Wray, who has already come out and basically said the things that Trump won't say. And they have actual intelligence. And they are the ones that uncovered this plot and the rest of these people. And I thank God for them, and I pray for them and pray for their covering, because I feel like they are part of what's keeping us safe from our American president. Because if it was up to him, he would do whatever needs to be done to keep the accolades coming. And these people are looking out for what's going to keep Americans safe. And so I hope I see more of it. I was recently saying that if Trump or any of these groups try to do anything, my belief and my prayer is that they would put them down swiftly and immediately, in terms of the intelligence agencies. Not for just because. So I don't want the conspiracy theorists to come out and try to come get me and say, you said that you wanted to. No, that's not what I said. But these groups, if they truly attempted to create some kind of uprising in America, this situation kind of gave me confidence that they're on top of it and that it's not happening. And I'm very grateful for that. So I'm grateful for American intelligence, for them being nonpartisan and really working on behalf of the people, because I don't think the president is doing that in many ways. And I just want to say that. So sometimes, they make it seem like liberals hate America and we think everything here is bad, but that's not true. And I definitely want to give props to our intelligence communities to put the people first. And they do have access to things because another Republican government gave them a lot of access to things after 9/11. And they're using that to keep people like me safe because honestly, um, when I saw Stand Back and Stand By, I felt like um, it was a bit of a worry for to give a nod to people who, by all accounts, believe in their superiority and continuing to their reign of superiority over people of color and people who sympathize with them. So I think we're going to be signing off here in a minute, but what are we going to do? I'm trying to figure out what's going to happen going forward. It's going to be interesting in another 2 to 3 weeks. There's so many decisions that are hindering for me on who's going to be president. Are any of you thinking about leaving the country? That's something people are talking about. Maybe we can talk about that next. Like, what does that really look like? Not what does it look like, because I'm sure you've seen videos and things if you've looked at it, but would it really be better somewhere else? Something to consider. All right, well, I'm signing off. It's the Black White Liberal. I'll see you guys again soon. Bye.